Greetings, beautiful viewers, this is Smitten. Today we have a delayed patch notes video for you. Consider this useful for chronicling Smite's updates. This patch was released on May 15th, 2013. Here we go! To start off with, we've got Isis, the Egyptian goddess of magic goes live, and while normally in any patch notes video I'd cover her abilities, this time the Isis video has been released and you can just go check the fail video for the complete rundown on her. Just click the annotation to go to the video. It'll open in a new window and pause this one so you can come back to it when you're done with her. Next up, we have two new skins released in this patch. Isis's recolor, the Queen of the Nile, which can be purchased for 200 gems or the new reduced price of 9,500 favor. Then we have the new Global Agenda themed Sentry Vulcan. You can pick him up for 300 gems or get him free if you have a level 30 Global Agenda character. I haven't played Global Agenda, but this is a pretty sick looking skin. And they've continued the voice pack trend, releasing 3 new ones, Apollo, Aphrodite, and Isis. We'll play samples of each so you can see what you get for your 200 gems. And for the love of the gods, please don't complain that these can get annoying if you hear them too much. The default voice gets annoying if someone is spamming it non-stop. Use them in moderation and everything is fine.
Wait! Gank middle lane! Enemy missing left! I'll defend. Be careful middle.
Defend the Gold Fury! Curses! Nice job! Attack left lane! I'm returning to base!
Defend the fire giant! Attack! Enemies in the jungle! Ultimate is down! Nice job.
On to god leveling and worshippers. This isn't like in League where you can get masteries or any stuff like that. This is just an achievement system as it stands now. Don't worry, this isn't going to mess up the balance of the game. The experience for this system is called worshippers. For each win, the god you played will gain worshippers. The amount of worshippers dictates what god rank the god you played is currently at. Each god can get to a rank of 10. And each time you get to the first god rank, you get a point of mastery. And the mastery level cap is set at however many gods are currently available. Make sense? If not, here's how it goes in a summary. The gods and your account will level independently. Individual gods can get to god rank 10. Each god you get to god rank 1 gives your account 1 mastery level. Therefore, the maximum mastery level is based on the gods that you can get to rank 1. Ergo, 36 at the time of this video. Yay! This means that there's a new player leveling system. The old leveling system is called beta level and will stick around until the end of the beta, it seems. So you can still get that Cacodemon skin if you hurry. Now on to the god changes. If you haven't noticed yet, Fenrir has caused quite the stir in the community, and so several of the gods had their abilities altered so that they would properly interact with Fenrir. The first of which is Aphrodite. Her ultimate Undying Love will now be usable for yourself or your soulmate if you should find yourselves in the jaws of death. Hell's Cleanse will now remove the effects of Fenrir's bite as well. And last but certainly not least, Kali's ultimate will also be able to be used under the effects of Fenrir's bite. And speaking of the mangy dog Fenrir, I guess they felt they nerfed him a little too much, so here's an attempt to bring him back. First off, his base attacks per second have been increased from 0.94 to 1, and additional percentage per level has been increased from 1.6 to 1.7. So basically, he's just hitting a little bit harder for his basic attacks. Seething Howl, his steroid, the physical lifesteal percentage has been increased by 10% at all levels, giving him just a little bit more sustain while you're going in for the attack. And Brutalize's base damage has been increased by 5 per hit across all levels, giving him an extra 50 damage overall. And lastly, Fenrir now properly remains captured in Artemis' traps during his Brutalize. I never went up against or played Artemis, so I guess this is significant for some people. Hercules also got some loving during this patch. His Earthbreaker now has an extension of 5 feet, and his Mitigate Wounds now heals for up to 55 every second for 4 seconds when initiated. Also, they nerfed the regeneration you get from damage by 10% at max, and removed the scaling, but they give you an upfront heal over time without having to be hit by anything. Now for Naja. His Universal Ring Toss has been nerfed more than buffed. It hits less targets but does more damage. The physical scaling, physical protection, and movement speed buffs have all been increased marginally, but this prevents Naja from being able to hit enemy gods and a full minion wave, and is, in my opinion, less effective. Artillery Sash has also seen an increase in physical scaling, from 50 to 150%. Time for those general changes! Friends who are broadcasting using the in-game Twitch.tv integration may now be viewed from the TV Friends tab, and also the in-game Twitch TV integration now has support for your webcam. In order to get those Twitch achievements, you actually have to be in-game, and only those minutes are counted. The pricing for recolor skins has been reduced from 11,000 to 9,500 favor. The end of the match summary screen now shows your tower damage instead of tower kills. Also in the end of the match lobby, healing from Death's Toll and Vampiric Shroud are now excluded from the healing statistics. And probably my favorite part from the general changes is the VGS commands have increased spam control. Next up is challenge changes. All challenge modes now allow for the 1v1 option. This is in addition to 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, and 5v5. Joust now uses the same system for challenge matches as the other game modes, and when you're creating a challenge match, there's now an option to use global all chat during the match, so you can properly talk trash to your friends. And you can also allow or disallow spectating or recording of your matches. And for all of you up-and-coming shoutcasters, there have been just a few spectator changes. The spectator HUD now shows the rank purchase on active items, and when replaying a match, Gon selection in the match lobby is now part of the replay. There are some minor visual and audio changes as well. Blink now has a sound effect. You now get a different view of Ymir's shards of ice. Ra's healing beam also had some modest adjustment to the FX. And Cupid's passive now has some improved UI treatment. Well, that's all for this patch video. I wanted to give a big shout out to Clumsy Blonde from BL Gals who did the Photoshop work for the title cards today. Turns out she's not only an aspiring professional Smite player, but photographer as well. Here are the links where you can find us. And as always, I'm Smitten, and I'll see you next time. Greetings, beautiful viewers, this is Smitten. Today we have the delayed patch notes video for you. Consider this useful